Hello, welcome to this video looking at some definitions of AI. I'm Andy Sherratt of SPA Professional Academy. I want to use this video just to talk you through various definitions of AI and why it's important that we understand some definitions of AI. So, not a very long video, I don't think, but it is really important, obviously, to have clarity over what we mean by AI and to understand why we need that clarity. So we'll explore that in this video. So how do we define AI? We probably all have some thoughts in our head as to what AI is, how AI relates to marketing, what it's associated with. But to put some kind of definitions from various places on it, here's one from the Information Commissioner's Office in the UK. Intelligence, artificial intelligence, can be defined in many ways. Now they have guidance on what AI is in relation to information and the way information is used, which is what the Information Commissioner's Office is responsible for. But they define it as this umbrella term for algorithm-based technologies. And I think that's a really good start point for it, actually. You know, that it's this range of algorithm-based technologies, solve complex tasks, carry out functions that previously required human thinking, and took a lot of time to do that. So, you know, that's there now. It doesn't, as we'll explore in other videos as well, you know, it doesn't take away human thinking, but it enables these things to be done fairly quickly. So decisions made with AI are either fully automated or with what they refer to as human in the loop. So actually they can be totally based on AI algorithms, or people can be very associated with the delivery of that. And obviously, as with other forms of decision making, if we're impacted by an AI supported decision, somebody has to be responsible for it, have to hold someone accountable for it. Now, in terms of the information commissioners, you can't just say, oh, well, that data only got used because AI did it. Somebody has to be responsible is really the point that they're making there. And yeah, if we're going to make a decision based on AI, somebody has made the decision that we will make the decision based on AI. So actually that person then becomes accountable. So I think in kind of very technical terms and the way that data might be used, I do think that's quite a good definition there from the ICO. But there's lots of other definitions as well. So it can be defined as any artificial system performing tasks under varying and unpredictable circumstances. And I think the important thing here, without significant human oversight, but also AI can learn from experiences and improve performance. So AI can self-learn, if you like. So in general, more human-like the system within the context of its tasks, the more it can be said to use artificial intelligence. So the more a system does things for itself without much human input, the more it could be regarded as artificial intelligence. Now, other than the first quote, I haven't got these attributed because they're just kind of taken from various places that I thought kind of define AI well. But another one here, systems that display intelligent behaviour. Now, some might question that, and some results might be questionable, but in reality, yeah, AI systems that display intelligent behaviour by analysing their environment and taking actions with a degree of autonomy to achieve specific goals. Now, obviously, if we're looking at AI in marketing, that environment will be all of the sources that the AI tool we're using is gathering data from. There's a couple more definitions. It's important then to think, well, okay, why is it important? So here's the first one. Definitions are important because of policy and regulation. That Information Commissioner's Office definition is important and defines the context in which they will consider AI. So defining AI helps governments and other parties to create specific policies, create legal frameworks that will address safety, accountability, privacy, obviously, and fairness. But also, obviously, in legal terms, it helps to clarify what is AI, what falls under it. And that helps reduce ambiguity. That businesses then know, okay, that's a definition of it, that's what that means, innovators know what it means. I think the only thing I would say about policy and regulation is that, unfortunately, it tends to always be behind. With all technology, digital technology, and looking at the use of it in marketing in particular, legislation is always kind of trying to catch up, if you like. And so there is an element of that in relation to AI as well, because it takes a long time sometimes to come up with regulation, and the politicians, whoever behind it, aren't necessarily as knowledgeable, obviously, as the technologists creating it. Second reason for it being important is in relation to ethical and social standards. Standard definitions for AI help to guide ethical frameworks, help to guide social standards, and it allows governments and people to address concerns relating to bias, discrimination, and other aspects like the impact on human rights. That we understand actually this is it, and it enables those creating and using AI to understand those standards. And so if we want to have public trust in AI technologies, we have to understand the standards by which it is operating and creating and generating results. A third reason why it's important to have a definition of AI relates to international cooperation. AI isn't just something in one country. AI is global, and it's a global phenomenon. So a clear definition of it enables different countries who might be collaborating to produce AI software, implement AI software, to, if they're working together, they can more effectively create those governance, the standards and the safety practices that help prevent any misuse and things, because if it's created in one country and is then used somewhere else, that could have unintended consequences. So having that clear definition and understanding can help avoid those issues. And reason number 4 that it's important, economic impact and innovation. Again, if it's defined well, governments can support research better. They can support development and investment in the AI sector. Certainly, recording this, the UK government, I think, I can't remember if it was the end of 2024 or early 25, said they wanted the UK to become an AI superpower. As government speaking, but if they need to understand what AI is to be able to do that, and know that if they're investing to create that superpower, that they are actually investing in what is definitely AI. So that can help attract talent. It stimulates that innovation to create the AI capabilities, and helps organisations, businesses grow, but grow compliantly and ethically in relation to AI. So hopefully that's given you some good clarity, if you like, in terms of definitions of AI. Those definitions are going to evolve. Those definitions aren't going to be fixed. And there are lots more definitions. I could have probably done 100 slides with definitions of AI from different sources, but hopefully those have brought it together well and given you some good understanding of why it's important that we have those definitions. So I hope that's been useful for you. Thank you for watching.